everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, welcome. We're the Garso twins. If you like this video, we'd love it if you would subscribe before you leave. Today we're going to be filming Get Ready With Me with our current everyday, like weekday makeup while we answer some of your questions. So let's get into it. Okay, so if we don't mention the products we're using, we'll definitely list them down below because we're going to focus on answering the questions so this video isn't too long. So Kelly asked, what do you both do for jobs? Do you always get along? So Carli, you can start with what you do. Okay, yeah, I mean, we've talked about this in our last Q&A, but if you're new here, hi. We both work in the makeup industry. I work for M Cosmetics, which, am I using any M? Yeah, I'm using one M product today. I work for M Cosmetics on the product development team. My technical title is Product Development and Sourcing Specialist.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do. I work on the PD team. We're a small team, so we wear a lot of hats, which I prefer. I think I discussed this in our last Q&A. I like being involved in multiple assets of the business. I feel like it's really opened my eyes to what it takes to run, opened my eyes to what it takes to run a business, and I love my team. I love the brand. I obviously love the product since I'm on the PD team, but yeah. I think someone else, we'll get there. Well, maybe we should just answer that question now. Someone else asked what like a day looks like at our job.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah. When I was reviewing the questions before this. So we can do that and then we can go into the part 2 of that question. So a day in my job, I have a lot of calls, which is pretty typical for any job. Probably like 1 to 2 a day, which is just like touching base with different suppliers we use. Every company works differently, I feel, in the beauty industry, which is like Britta has a similar job to me. She'll get into it. But we source a lot of different things separately, like makeup. There's the primary component, which is like this, and then the unicarton, which is the...
We don't have an example.
No, the outside box, and then, you know, there's just a lot that goes into it. So a large part of my job is just keeping up with all the projects that we have going on in the pipeline and checking with all of our suppliers, whether it be like our unicarton supplier, our component supplier, the actual fill, like the formula supplier, a lot of project management, like I said, a lot of meetings, touching base with them, phone calls, a lot of problem solving, like things, I mean, so many things go wrong in... In makeup production, I think that...
In any production.
Yeah,
any time of where you're dealing with a lot of vendors and moving parts.
Like you guys know, we own, we started a candle line, and we had a ton go wrong with that too. I mean, it's just like, you have to expect... I was listening to a podcast that Annie Lawless did. She owns Lawless Cosmetics, and she said that when she started Suja Juice, something would go wrong, which now she knows is inevitable, and she would just kind of feel like the world was ending because she was really young at the time. And she's like, now when something goes wrong with Lawless, like, I'm just way more quick to come up with a solution instead of dwelling on the fact that something's going wrong, because literally that happens in every industry with every sort of manufacturing. Like, that's just what happens. And I feel the exact same way. A huge part of my job is problem solving and coming up with solutions quickly. Yeah, just moving forward. Like I said, I love my job. I love my team. I'm really happy to work at M. It's a lot of work, but it's really rewarding. And it taught me a lot for our own business as well. So I'll always be extremely grateful.
For sure. So I'm working for a company called SOS Beauty, and like Carli mentioned, our roles are really similar. So I'm a project manager, and we do like the product development for beauty brands across the spectrum. So hair care, skincare, color cosmetics.
By the way, we're really oversimplifying everything we do and everything that goes into this just
it's a lot of work.
For the sake of answering this question. But if you'd want like a full video on it, I mean, we can't say a ton, but
probably be a better blog
that's
post.
That's true. I'm a project manager, so I manage projects. I have like different brands that I'm like the key point of contact on. So like Carli said, a day in the life would be, because we have different clients, it's kind of different for, she only works on one brand. So we have client calls like almost daily, where we go through like where we're at with the formulas, the components, like just where we're at in production in general.
And then we also have vendor calls, but most of the vendor communication is done via email, I would say. Lots of emails.
Pretty true.
Yeah,
lots of
so
emails.
many emails because, you know, you have vendors in the US, you have vendors in China, you have vendors in Italy, like they're all over. So the time change, and then just like checking in on projects and statuses, you know, lots of shipping things, like shipping out.
I do that too.
Samples,
Lots of that.
Yeah. Like we receive packages. Packages are moving constantly at all.
My
all times
desk
of
is
the
an
day.
absolute atrocious mess. And I
Yeah.
don't like to think of myself as a very messy person, but if you saw my desk, you would absolutely think
Oh my
that.
gosh, yesterday mine was so bad that I was like, I need to get this under control, and I like tried to pick up best I could. But yeah, I mean, like Carli said, I feel like it's been like I learned a lot from her just through Dyad and starting Dyad, and I'm grateful for this opportunity. And I'm actually working for her old coworker, it's a small world, but I'm really enjoying it. I feel like I'm learning a lot so far. It's challenging in the best way possible. And I love the beauty industry.
Me too.
So very grateful to be working in this field, which we never really thought we would.
No.
Like if you, I
say this
sure
all
we've
the
mentioned
time.
this in another video, but we went to school for journalism. So we always wanted to be, well, we thought we wanted to be on like reporters, which can you even imagine us doing that? Because I cannot.
Not like casual reporting. Like we wanted to do hardcore journalism.
hardcore news. Like we wanted to report the bad news. And then we interned at a news station in college, and we're like, this is not.
It was
for
so
us.
intense.
Yeah. And then we quickly switched gears and had gone, you know, through that stage in our lives where we didn't know what we wanted to do, and now we feel pretty set. So
Yeah, it's a great industry.
grateful for that feeling
Definitely.
as well. At the ripe age of 28.
Yeah.
So hopefully I answered a question. Oh, and there was a part 2 in that question. We should move forward because we're
Yeah, that's true.
do you always get along? No, but we get along pretty well.
Yeah. We didn't always get along.
No, that's true, yeah.
I would say that more so. Like, I don't know.
We did always get along.
we did, but like, I know there's some moms of twins on here that follow us, and if you're concerned, it'll get better. I would just
I
say
think
that.
we weren't even upset with each other. It was just we were upset with the fact that as like kids, people grouped us together, and so we never felt individualized. And
But it really wasn't as bad as other
siblings
twins.
or yeah, I mean generally we always got along. We always like to do things together. We had the same group of friends always.
Yeah, maybe a little too codependent, but that's okay
Oh,
too.
we're definitely codependent, but that's whatever. I feel like we're twins and that's just normal. At least that's what we tell ourselves.
Yeah.
You tell us we think it's normal. But yeah, I mean, we're best friends. We prefer to do everything together. So.
But yeah, for the most part, we get along. Now that we own a business together, I mean, we own multiple, but Dyad being like our biggest focus, I'd say.
Yeah.
It can be challenging. Like obviously, we don't always see eye to eye because we're not the same person.
But we do have we've talked about this before too, that we have the same taste.
Yeah.
So when it's a decision that has to be made regarding
like a creative decision.
we're always like on the same page,
Yeah,
which is really helpful
I'd agree
because
with that.
you can really get stuck in that spot, which we never do. It's just mainly like, you know, like where should we spend our money?
Yeah.
That type of thing. Like sometimes we don't see eye to eye on like what should we invest in.
We just get over things very quickly.
Yeah.
For the most part, we get along though. And like I said, if you have young twins and you're worried, I just think it'll get better. Or even siblings in general. I don't know anyone who like fought with their sibling when they were younger and really overcame it as an adult, I'd say.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, someone asked if we're planning on vlogging more. I mean, I wish I
Someone
could
asked
say yes.
that?
Yeah, I don't, so first of all, like, I don't know why, but the vlogs that we've done just don't get as many views, which kind of sucks because they're definitely more work. Like,
Yeah.
right now, I mean, these are our favorite videos to film, like, Get Ready With Me. I just love doing my makeup on camera, like, talking to the camera. And I feel like you guys seem to like them, right? Which is nice. But no one really watches our vlogs, and so it's kind of sad.
The last one we did was apple picking, which was about a year ago.
Yeah, we're going again in a couple weekends. Maybe we'll do another. Because that was just a fun day. It's fun to have those memories. So we enjoy it, but it is a lot of work. And so it's just kind of hard when you don't feel like people enjoy them. But if you guys want to see more vlogs, we can try. But honestly, at this point in our life, on the weekends, this is what we're doing. We're filming. We're taking pictures for our photography clients. and we're working on diet. Like, we don't really do anything exciting because during the week we go to work. So,
and I would not film at work. I mean, I don't think they would allow that.
But it was like answering emails all
it
day.
would be like,
so boring.
There's no way. There's no way.
So TBD on that, but we don't have plans to vlog more. Advice or thoughts on working in the cosmetics industry? Carli, maybe you can answer this because you kind of got me into this industry.
So I would say, like Britta said, we didn't, even when
I kind of fell into it too.
You did. We both kind of fell into it, but basically, I started working at M when it was owned by Ipsy, and Britta was a subscriber to Ipsy. Do you remember?
Yeah, you were too, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. So Britta
No, I was Birchbox.
No, you subscribed to Ipsy.
Oh, did I?
I believe so.
Maybe I did, actually.
Maybe I just heard about it through Britta, but it was when I was pretty new.
Maybe I did. I probably did.
Yeah, and I saw when we were, we had like worked kind of in the not in the entertainment industry, but
Digital
like,
media.
Digital media, and weren't really happy in our roles. We were both looking for new jobs, and I saw that they were based in Santa Monica. And honest to God, even at that time, I was not that into, oh my God, I just like spit on myself. I was not that into makeup, neither of us were. Like, you had just gotten really into it with Ipsy or Birchbox or whatever.
Yeah.
But we were late bloomers. Like, I still say my #1 passion is food, and then candles after that, and then makeup. Like,
dogs are really high.
Yeah, but like as a career.
Oh, well, I mean, I wish I could like hang out with dogs as a
career. That's true. And like, we don't know where our place would be in the food industry.
No, we know where our place would be. It would be at Trader Joe's.
That's true.
We've discussed this.
We have. But anyways, so really late bloomers, we had started to get into makeup, and I was like, oh, Ipsy seems like a really cool company. It's awesome. They're based here in Santa Monica. I'm gonna apply. So I had applied.
And it was for a marketing position.
Yeah, and I didn't get the job, which is a huge blessing because I would not have like...
Wait, you didn't?
No.
Wait, which job were you talking about?
Well, it was a production position.
Okay.
And then like a year later, the recruiter for Ipsy had remembered me, and she was like, oh, I think you'd be good for this role, and it was at M. So I honestly kind of fell into it because it wasn't even on my radar to apply to work for a brand. Like, I didn't even think about that as an option.
We didn't really know what that meant.
We didn't.
Like,
we had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you would have told my younger self that I would have this job, I would be honest to God confused on what that job even is. I think a lot of...
That's probably why all these questions are coming
That's
up.
true. I think a lot of people, like, they should honestly teach you more because...
No, well, we just didn't learn these things because we were in journalism school.
Well, but growing up in the Midwest, like, you don't even think these jobs are real. So needless to say, yeah, I started as a marketing coordinator for M through Ipsy, and yeah, I just kind of blossomed from there, and now I've been with the company for almost 4 years. So it's still the only job I've had in beauty, but we've obviously gone through a lot of transitions. My job has gone through a lot of transitions. I didn't start in PD. I transitioned because I wanted to.
One sec.
Yeah. Well, I think you can hear me still.
Okay.
But
sorry, I know this is so weird to like do this on camera, but I can't not do it.
But yeah, so was the question advice or like reasoning or how we did it?
It was advice.
So I just kind of fell into it, but my advice would be if you think that your goal is to work for a brand, I would definitely just try to get your foot in the door, I think.
Yeah,
like,
so I'm going to use...
I also will say that, so myself and my coworker were tasked to hire an intern to help us out years ago, and we hired 2, and long story short, we ended up hiring on one of them full-time because she was just a really hard worker. She's still my coworker. She's still with the company, and I think her story is definitely how most people could get into the industry. It was also her first job in beauty. We hired her before she even graduated college because we saw the value in her and her work ethic, and yeah, I just think that that's a great way too, is interning, getting your foot in the door.
Yeah, so I'm going to use that as an
making
example
sure nothing is below you. Like, if someone asks you to do something, just do it and show that you can work really hard. And I feel like that's the best way, I mean, in any position to grow, but to get noticed, especially in beauty. Like, start anywhere and just kind of be willing to put in all the work.
So for me, like, I fell into it too. Obviously, you guys know I used to work for Kathleen, and I still love her so much. She was the best person to work for and with. She's just such a sweet individual. Anyways, and I had started working for her when I was working for Parcel, and if you remember, like, Parcel owned KO Polish with Kathleen. So I was working for them doing like digital media content creation and doing like the social media for that company. And then I slowly transitioned into just working for Kathleen and KO Polish, and then to Lights Label. And so I've stayed with Kathleen through a few of these ventures, but I knew that I didn't really enjoy the marketing side of things, like, or social media.
I didn't either.
I really wanted to do product development. I feel like I'm very organized, and that just suited my personality type more. And she was gracious enough to let me transition into that role. And I mean, without her giving me that opportunity, it would have been hard to get like a product development role in beauty.
I will say, I think in beauty, it's the hardest role to get.
Yeah.
I was also very grateful. I mean, I was vocal. I think you can't just sit back and not share what you want, but I was vocal about wanting to transition away from marketing and move into PD because it was something I was passionate about, and I felt like I would, like Britta said, your skill set just aligns with that better.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you guys know we barely post on Instagram anymore because we, for one, don't have the time, but it's like a full-time job. Like, I admire those people so much that can dedicate. I mean, I wish we had the time because I love, you know, taking images and curating like a nice gallery and a nice feed, but that's not our priorities diet right now, so we just can't focus our energy there. But it's also just like kind of draining creatively, and because we have so many other creative outlets, I just wanted a job that like suited the left brain side of me, and I'm very glad that I found that.
Product development is both, which is great.
It is both, yeah. Oh no, where's my blending brush? Anyways, but at KL, we had an intern, Jazzy. I don't know if you guys remember her. She was on like the Instagram here and there. She was the greatest. She's so talented and so smart, and I feel like she could get any role in this industry. Well, she's actually going to school to be like a chemist, like make formulations. Well, that was her original plan. I'm not sure. I think she's since like shifted a little bit. But she had just like an eagerness to her, and she reached out to the business email, and it just had like a really great cover letter, very impressed with her background, and she just worked really hard. Like, she always would ask, you know, like, what else can I do? She was also eager to learn about the business, and I think that just goes a long way. Like Carli said, like, now Ashley like was ended up being hired by them because she had such value. And even me, like, there were some like photo shoots where I would basically be like a production assistant, like helping. Yeah. But it's like you're grateful for that position. You're grateful to be, you know, on a team that you enjoy, and so you just do what needs to be done. Yeah. And like, don't complain about it, you know?
Exactly. And yeah, I think interning definitely, and then just applying and trying to get your foot in the door. For
and reach out like on LinkedIn.
Oh, yes. Did Jessie do that too? Because Ashley did.
No, she reached out to the business email. But like, don't.
I feel weird talking about them without their permission, but
I know.
But it's okay. It's okay. I'll tell her. But Ashley, our intern turned employee, did that. She was the only one out of like honestly hundreds of applicants.
It kind of shows that you're savvy.
Out.
Like, it's not. I don't want to say it's lazy to just apply via the website application, but you know that it's going to get lost in like thousands. If you really want that job, like, reach out to as many people as possible. We once wanted a job so bad. How many, like, we reached out over the course of a year, right?
With like, I mean, this sounds really aggressive, but I swear to God, like 30 like touch bases just trying to get attention.
It worked. So like, don't think you're being too annoying, because at one point it could get annoying. It's true, but like, if you really want that job and you think you're qualified and suited, you know, do whatever it takes. Find people on LinkedIn and reach out. And don't give up.
Yeah, and you can reach out to us too if you have advice about getting, or you want advice about getting into the industry.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Send us an email.
TheBarstowTwins@gmail.com.
We will respond. I just need to talk about this shadow quick. I kept this palette just for this shadow, Beyond. It's in this Urban palette, and I just love this shade. If you guys know of a dupe that I don't have to keep this whole palette for, let me know, because it's such a good brown.
Yeah, that is nice. Okay, favorite warm and cool tone brown tone lippies? That's a good question.
Oh my God. I mean,
I used to love 0.0 so much by ColourPop. Now I don't really wear as many cool tones.
Yeah, but warm tones, I have it here, MAC Stripdown Liner.
I think that's neutral.
It's pretty warm. There's a lot of yellow.
I love ColourPop Slow Down. It's almost like a terracotta brownie nude. It's an ultra satin lip. That's like my favorite warm toned lipstick to wear right now. Or liquid lipstick, I should say. I also love, what other ones do I wear? I really wear it like on a daily basis. Cosmetics, the Morning Mocha.
Morning Mocha is so good. That's one of my favorites. MAC Impulsive. It's one of their like more sheer lipsticks. I love that. Pat McGrath La Beja is, to me, it's like a peach brown, but there's a lot of brown in it.
Peach brown is definitely like my go-to. I would say when it comes to like warm tone browns.
We could do a whole blog post on this, I feel.
Yeah, we could. Hopefully those are enough suggestions. Okay, do you get overwhelmed by new makeup launches?
Yes.
100%, but also I equally get excited.
Me too.
We still check Trend Mood, and like when
check
something else is coming out
multiple times a day.
Yeah, we're like, look.
Which does make you realize that you're working in the right industry when you're like, oh my god, this is so exciting. And yeah, like, I think the difference is where we might be overwhelmed, but we're still gonna buy it.
Yeah.
But other people are like, oh, I'm done. Like, I'm not buying any more makeup. But us, we're like, oh, this is overwhelming. But Britta, did you order this? Or like, I'm gonna get this. Because it's just like how much we love it. And it's part of our job. So
like, I remember I watched Leanne Sez's haul video recently, and she was saying that she used to be on the ColourPop PR list, but she was getting packages from them weekly. So then she got so overwhelmed that she like stopped buying products from them. And I would never feel that way. Like, I understand they come out with too many products,
yeah,
I agree, but like, I get excited about the ones that I want to buy. Like, I recently purchased their gradual tanner. I haven't used it yet because I've been self-tanning.
I purchased their sponge. I love it.
It's so good. And we got, that's a good lipstick, the Bikini Bottom lipstick.
Yes, it's
so
brand
pretty.
new from ColourPop.
It's the cream formula, which is our favorite by them.
It's very cool tone, though.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It could be a good option for the person asking. Anyways, so yes, we get overwhelmed, but we also get excited about certain things. Like, we're both going to purchase the Lawless, the little one palette. It looks so pretty. It comes out like next week. By the time this is up, it'll probably be out. So yeah, we get overwhelmed, but we also get excited. Do you miss anything about living in Wisconsin? I'm a Minnesota subscriber. Midwest is best, so hello.
We don't want to. Yeah, I know. I was gonna say this is gonna sound really, really, really harsh. And we don't want to be rude, but
also
I saw this question and I've been thinking about how to answer because we always say we are really lucky to grow up there because you're instilled with a lot of different like wholesome values. We didn't feel like we had to grow up too quickly. It's like a very slow moving.
You're naturally more respectful. I feel like we value respect so much because of how where we grew up.
Yeah.
People are just like naturally more friendly. So definitely grateful we grew up there for sure. But do we miss it?
No.
No.
We miss our friends and family a lot. We wish we were closer. But I don't know. It's like once we moved to California,
we've been here for 10 years.
Yeah, it's a long time to live somewhere else. It just instantly felt like home, like when we first moved to San Diego, and then even more so now that we live in LA. And I don't know, like this feels like home to me. Like when I'm on a trip, I just want to go home, and like here is home, and not so much there anymore because this just feels more us.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like you grow as a person.
Yeah.
And we grew with our environment, so I feel like maybe things would be differently if we were adults at some point in Wisconsin, but we never were. Like, we moved away when we were 18, so like this is our adult life. This is what we've known, and now we've known San Diego and LA, and we like them both. And yeah, Southern California is home to us.
I think it's just important to find where you fit in and where you feel safe and like home. And if that is the Midwest for you, that's amazing. And if it's not, it's not. Like,
we also constantly think, I mean, even San Diego, we're always like, what would we do for work there? Like, I mean, hopefully eventually Dyad will be our full-time job, of course, but we really enjoy our jobs as we've discussed. And
yeah, those opportunities are not in the Midwest. Maybe Chicago, but
maybe. Yeah, probably. Like, I know Ulta's based there and whatnot. But yeah, I think that this is, I don't know. I mean, okay, I will say I miss the snow. Like, once in a while, it would be nice to see some snow.
Or the seasons. Well, not really the seasons. We're not big spring people either. And the summers there people are always like, oh, the Midwest summers. But honestly, the weather is so humid. And
we don't like summer anywhere.
And the sun burns you there. I don't know why. I swear to God, I get burned way more in the Midwest than here, which is so weird. But it has to be something. The bugs are awful in the summer.
Yeah.
I know we're haters, but I miss like all of fall, and then like 1 week of winter, that's for sure.
Yeah, like we do miss the snow. We're actually going to like Arrowhead for Christmas this year, and we're hoping there's some snow up there. We'll see. It's only an hour and a half from LA. We got the cutest Airbnb, so we're really excited about that.
Good question though. There's a lot of people from the Midwest, and everyone we meet is pretty great.
Yeah, we definitely love the people of the Midwest, for sure. I guess we should mention that.
Yeah.
It's like a redeeming quality. We definitely love the people.
Definitely.
What's your favorite and least favorite things about fall? I love you, girlies. Oh, we love you too, Vanessa.
Love you too. You always comment on
I know,
stuff.
you're so sweet. There's nothing I don't like about fall.
Me too.
So I'm just going to say that flat out. Favorite thing about fall?
Okay, there is one thing.
Okay.
I feel like you notice the difference in the daylight because it's so stark from summer. Like summer you just have that extra like hour or two in the evening, and now when I drive home from work I'm like, oh my god, it's like dark out already, like if I stay later, and I don't like that because I'm like, oh, I remember when the days were longer, but besides that everything else is perfect.
I want to say my favorite thing could possibly be all the seasonal food items. What'd you say?
Yeah, me too. Like specifically the Trader Joe's.
Yeah, like the Trader Joe's seasonal items, or like those Nespresso pods, pumpkin ones we keep talking about. Do you have Q-tips?
Yeah. I can give you one.
Thanks. The food would be our favorite. We also love the weather. The change in weather is my favorite because
me too.
I know hate is a strong word, but I actually hate summer. I do not like being hot. I feel like it makes me so uncomfortable. Like I can be cold and be uncomfortable and still be fine. If I'm hot and uncomfortable, it's like the world is ending in my mind.
I hate it as well, but what Britta doesn't get is that this summer was honestly very mild. We maybe
keeps saying this.
We maybe had like 2 days of extreme heat. It wasn't bad at all.
It was bad in my opinion, and everything's relative, so just let me have this. But I don't like summer, so my favorite thing about fall would be that it gets cooler. Second favorite thing would be
clothing.
Okay, the clothing.
Like all the fashion choices, everything.
What is there
we love
to
everything.
love about fall?
What's your favorite thing about fall? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. I mean, you're probably on the same page. You're like fall's the best.
Definitely.
Like, can I just write a whole
Live in
paragraph?
fall?
And yeah, but we also love the winters here. I kind of like that it rains. Obviously, if you don't have to drive.
I mean, it gets pretty cold in the winter, which we like.
Yeah. So the winter and the fall, it's starting here, and I'm very excited about it.
Me too. What else is there?
Okay.
We're going so slow. We're putting too much thought into these answers.
What is one makeup item you always carry with you? Lipstick, powder, etc. Lipstick.
Lipstick is the only thing. I never touch up makeup. Like I never touch up concealer or powder like people do. Just lip.
Yeah. Oh, Chelsea asked, this was a fun question. If Hogwarts was real, which house would you each be in? So we took a BuzzFeed quiz. We had always had a hunch we would be Gryffindor, but we took a BuzzFeed quiz and
we did. I'm going to pull mine up. We were both, the BuzzFeed one kind of broke you down into percentages.
But so we were both Gryffindor.
Yeah, we were both, mine was
followed by
31% Gryffindor, 25% Slytherin, so pretty close. And then 24% Ravenclaw and 20% Hufflepuff. And I definitely agree with this sorting because I don't think I'm a Hufflepuff or a Ravenclaw. I think I could be Slytherin, but definitely a Gryffindor.
Mine was 39% Gryffindor, 26% Slytherin, 18% Ravenclaw, 17% Hufflepuff. So we're Gryffindor. We were actually really pleased with that because I always thought I might be Slytherin. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
but I like them both. So they both have their good qualities.
But yeah,
Gryffindor, so that's
shout out to all those Harry Potter fans. I'm sure you all are.
I know, because who isn't? What are your personality traits that you share and which ones are completely different?
Another good question.
We're both very driven, hardworking. I think that's something we always align on. But we're different. Okay, so our camera died, or it just turned off, so we're not sure where we left off, but someone asked, what are your personality traits that you share and which ones are completely different? So we just want to recap quick in case it turned off while we were mid-sentence. Basically, on like a surface level, we're similar because we like to do the same things, we have the same taste, we like the same things. But then in our personalities and like how we live our day-to-day lives, we're very different. Like Carli's very easygoing, overthinks things, though, like slow to make decisions, where I'm really quick to make the decisions, more uptight, if you will. So we're very different in that respect. Hopefully that's a good enough answer if the camera died. Okay, let me pull up. So those were the ones from Instagram stories, and then we had a few questions from our community tab. How did you get into your job? So we went through this. Did you go to school for something specific to get into makeup and product development? We'll love to hear about that in your journey with your job. So we definitely spoke on that, and we went to school for journalism.
Yeah, so we didn't, but they actually do have a program at, oh my God, what is the school? FITM.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
I think they have a program at FITM. And some other schools too now have a program for product development, but we definitely didn't go to school for that.
And then someone said, how do you guys keep from arguing all the time? So we kind of spoke on this too. It's really strange. People honestly ask us this all the time because we are together so much. Like when we're not at work, we're together essentially. Yeah. So it is weird. Like people are like, why wouldn't you like be arguing constantly? Yeah. But our personalities just mesh well. Like we just get along.
Our arguments are really just Britta yelling at me.
Yeah.
And then I just like, stop, and then we let it go.
Yeah, because it's never over something real. Like if it were an actual issue, obviously it would be a bigger deal. We're never arguing about something that's a big deal. Like we're really good about making our like business decisions together. We don't really argue about those things, which is good because when you have a business partner, I feel like it can be really tricky, and we're really grateful that we have this type of relationship. Current favorite show?
That's hard.
It is hard.
Well, Dancing with the Stars
Dancing with the Stars, yeah. If you guys have been here, you know we still love that show so much.
We have teams this year, like us and
I have to calculate our last week.
Yeah, we make our boyfriends watch, so we're all having like
make them, they enjoy it too.
It's true, but we have fantasy teams, and we get points every week. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. But then like other shows, we
love A Million Little Things.
I was gonna say A Million Little Things this season is really good.
Really good. This Is Us. Obviously.
This Is Us is so good this season. I think it's my favorite season of that show yet.
Me too. Really love Kevin. He's really come into his own.
Me too.
We watch so much TV.
We do.
Guys, like we talk about this so much.
Superstore is one of our favorite comedies, but it's not that good this season.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been loving it as much, but it's still one of our favorites. And then we watch a lot. Yeah, I don't know. We watch. Well, Younger's not on. It's a summer show, but that's one of our favorites. Any Netflix stuff I'm trying
I would say Dancing with the Stars because I want to take advantage of the fact that it's actually going on right now.
Yeah, so Dancing with the Stars. What's the best and worst thing about being a twin? We don't want to be negative because we feel like it's such a blessing. So the best thing is just you just have a built-in best friend.
Yeah, definitely. You never feel lonely.
You go through all your life experiences together, which is really rare. I know siblings do that as well, but like we were together, like we were in the same class up until middle school. So we like really grew together as a unit, which is really special.
Definitely.
What has been your favorite job you've ever worked? We were just talking about this.
Oh yeah. Well, this is my favorite job I've ever
Okay,
had.
that's true. That's true.
But then we were saying like, oh, what's our worst jobs we ever had?
No, I don't want to talk about that.
Okay. We were talking about it though when we saw this question.
Yeah. But if you didn't know, we did work at a private airport for 3 years.
Okay. So this current job is definitely my favorite
because
job.
it's the most rewarding. But we had a job that we absolutely loved. We worked at a private airport. It's called an FBO, a fixed base operation. So basically it's just private jets, and it's not even a true airport.
It's called like general aviation.
Yeah. So it's not even a true airport. If you've ever been to one, you know, but basically like you pull into a parking lot and then there's like the ramp.
Yeah.
So you can drive right up to the plane and then there's a building. So the building has offices and then like a front desk, and we worked the front desk.
Which if you've watched the Shane Dawson and Jeffrey series, on the first episode of this new series, he goes to an FBO to get on that private jet, and watching it was crazy because we worked at one and we like understand it, but people watching were probably just as blown away as Shane was because he's like, wait, we're driving out on the ramp.
Plane.
Yeah, like, it's just mind blowing. But
it is kind of weird because they don't.
When I
have
was watching
security.
that, also, I was like, oh, it looks like they're on a G2, and the pilot's like, we're on a G200. So I was like, oh, still have my aviation game strong.
Yeah, honestly, so we fell into that job as well, and that was a huge blessing. And
we worked there for
20s.
3 years.
Yeah, we worked there while we were in school, full time. We worked the 5:30 to like 2 p.m. shift, which we loved because we still had like our whole day, and it was nice like waking up with the sun. And it didn't start to get busy until later in the day anyways, usually, unless it was, so since it was in San Diego, like horse racing season would be super, super busy, and it was so overwhelming. That taught us a lot of good time management skills too.
It did. Honestly, that job taught us a lot.
It did.
A lot.
We were really good at it too. I don't want to toot our own horns, but we were really good.
Possibly
I don't
the
think
best
Mario,
ever.
our supervisor, watches our videos, but if he does, he can speak to this. We like really took it seriously. So basically our job was like we sat side by side, and pilots would call in and say like, I'm coming in on this day, I'm staying through this day, can you know, help me
Basically
get a hotel?
booking a trip.
Yeah, so can you help me get a hotel? I need a rental car.
Our like if it was an empty leg, so the pilots would be coming in to leave with passengers the next day.
Yeah, so
or
we have
sometimes they would come in with passengers. So
yeah, so like if they were coming in with passengers, you know, making sure the transportation was there on time for the passengers.
Or if they were leaving with passengers, they'd be like, oh, we need catering for the next day. So we would order all the catering for the plane, which was a nice spread. So like
it was insane. Sometimes the planes would go from San Diego, well, North County, to Vegas, which is such a short trip, and would spend like thousands of dollars on catering. It was honestly insane. The fuel cost alone is so crazy. You guys, it was just like the craziest industry. It was wild.
But we loved it.
We loved it.
Really fast paced. The pilots were interesting
so nice,
people.
but they like were such, I don't know, I mean, they were so nice to us.
We met Buzz Aldrin. He was always in there. If you didn't know, he was the second man on the moon.
Yeah, his pilot was based with us, so he flew out of our FBO quite often. And yeah, it was just interesting to see like the mix, like obviously the pilots we spoke to the most, but then even like the passengers, and just that level of wealth that we are so far from. And we grew up very modestly.
Like poor.
Honestly.
She's being too nice.
Yeah, so it was just a drastic, like we had never seen people like this in our lives. So it was just a very eye-opening experience.
We met Bill Murray.
We met
he
Bill
flew
Murray.
in one time just to
He
get
flew in
fuel.
On the 4th of July, he was going to
Martha's Vineyard.
with some of his children. And 4th of July was always a really dead holiday because no one flies on that day. And we saw, so sometimes we would get flight requests that come in via email.
They're like alerts.
Yeah, like so this would be through like a NetJets or like a broker.
Yeah.
Like basically someone that they would schedule the trips on their end and then just alert us that their planes were coming in via email. So it wasn't like the pilots themselves were calling.
Or it wasn't like our normal fleet, as you will. Like our normal...
We had based planes.
Yeah, base planes, because we were a full service FBO. We're getting way too into this, but basically you like have regulars, you could call them.
Yeah.
And this wasn't that situation. This was like people need to land for fuel, or they need to land for like a break, basically.
Yeah, or to pick someone up.
Or to pick someone
quickly.
up.
Like they're not staying for a long period of time. So basically we got this alert and it said his full name, and we thought like, is that Bill Murray? Like, would they put his actual name on this?
Yeah, because sometimes they didn't. They used like a fake name.
And then
on the flight. Oh my god, what is it called? Everyone watching is probably like Manifest. Yeah, the Manifest.
So then like we Googled his name and we're like, well, that says it's his name, but it couldn't be.
Yeah.
And then he came in and he was so nice, so friendly, weird. He was dressed so weird, but like
the nicest
so
guy.
Funny.
And he actually had conversations with everyone there, like all the line guys, which are the people that like
That was another thing. So on the weekends, which we worked the weekend shift, like none of the upper management were there, so it was just us and the line guys. So we were all really close. They're the ones that like
usher in the plane.
They do all the physical work with the plane. Put the GPU, which is like the air conditioning and all that stuff.
Ground power unit.
Yeah. So we were really close with them, but they never got like the recognition they deserved, I felt like, ever. And so it was nice when people would like speak to all of us, like how you would treat humans. But he was really great. That was such a like life-altering experience.
I know, because I hear a lot of people who are like, oh, Bill Murray's like my number one, I'd love to meet him. Like, I didn't meet him.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy.
Who else? I mean, one time Mitt Romney, when he was in the running for president, he flew in, and that was crazy. Just the amount of Secret Service.
So we just
great experiences.
Bill Gates,
yeah.
which was insane. Also crazy security. There was a lot that happened. It was very cool. Very, very cool job.
Yeah, and like we said, we're really grateful for that experience because we made so many friends through that job. And at a time in our life, we were so young. I feel like we started there when we were 20. And so I feel like at that time you were trying to find out what you want to do, and we just needed a job that would pay the bills while we were in college, and we didn't want to be servers because we just couldn't imagine doing that.
We're not built for that.
We're not built for that, yeah. And this job was full-time, and then our 2 days off during the week we were able to go to school, so like the timing worked out really well. At the time it paid definitely enough for us to afford to live in North County, San Diego. And we learned a lot, like just in terms of like time management, like I said, and the stress that comes with having a quote unquote real job at a young age. So it was a great time in our lives.
Great time. Long answer, but I hope you guys found that fascinating.
Yeah.
Once again, if you want a whole video on it, FBO.
Because whenever I mention it to people, like, oh yeah, Carli and I worked side by side for 3 years. So like, what? Like, what did you do? And how did you work in an airport? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But it was a thing. Okay, so we'll quickly run down what we put on our face, and then we'll end this video because we know it's so long. For my foundation, I use the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation mixed with the Loreal Fresh Wear because I'm self-tanned right now. As you can see, we're going to a wedding later today. So I had to mix in a darker shade of that. And then I'm wearing the Jouer bronzer palette that I've been speaking about. And the Jouer powder. This is the Set and Hydrate powder. The Ilia, you guys know this is my new favorite palette. The Warm Nude, I just used one shade in here. I use this to slightly contour the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. The Bare Minerals Blurred Buff Blush is my absolute favorite. And then I've been using the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder Highlight 01 to highlight. The NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. The CoverGirl.
Just say brow pencil.
Their brow pencil. I love this so much. I need a new one though. I feel like you go through it kind of quickly. The Wow Brow. I love that. I have actually, this is a new thing I've been doing. I feel like I love Shape Tape because it's so full coverage, but to use less of it, I've been mixing it with the JOAH Truly Yours Dark Circle Concealer. This concealer is so good.
It is good.
It's just not really high coverage, so if I'm doing like a full face of makeup, I will mix these two, and I've really been liking how it's looking. And then for my mascara, I use, oh no, I just dropped it, so I'm just gonna talk about it. I got a sample of the Lancome Monsieur Big, and I forgot how much I love that mascara. So I've been using that sample for the past couple days, but otherwise I would just be using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise.
And then your lip.
Oh yeah, okay, so I just purchased the Bite Beauty Los Angeles lipstick. It's called Bite of LA, which is so cute. It's like, I wanted it because it's LA, but I actually really love this color.
Pretty color. It's very LA.
Yeah, it's like a really pretty mauve, and based on the reviews, I wasn't sure, and I was like, well, I'll just return it if I don't like it, but I love it. Love the Bite formula because it's so comfortable.
I know, but I think they're discontinuing it.
I know. So that was a hit. Okay, for my base, I used Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. You guys know this is like basically all I wear. Concealer, I use Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. I also love this concealer. Powder, I used, this is one of the Hourglass powders in this Unlocked palette, which I heard they're bringing back, and I hope they do, because it's the best palette they've ever made. Bronzer, I used Hourglass Luminous Light. I broke mine recently. That's okay. Blush, I've been loving, again, the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk blush. Love this stuff. It's so pretty and glowy. Highlight, I use a cream. It's the Benefit What's Up. It's very, very cute. You guys saw the shadow I used on my eye. For mascara, I use CoverGirl Flourish. Love this. And I just bought a fresh tube, and I forgot how good it is straight out of the tube. It is really good. I have that too.
Brows, I used the M Cosmetics brow pencil. Love, love, love this. And then I topped it with, I think it fell, but it's the,
yeah, we had when we turned the camera back on things.
It's the Hourglass Brow Gel. I'm not a huge fan, but it gets the job done. And then I love Hourglass though, as you can see. And then lips, I did MAC Stripdown Liner, my favorite, with Glossier Cake, which I hate this reformulation, but it's okay. I love the colors, but they added fragrance, and I think that's so weird.
It's so strange for them.
I know.
Okay, so we hope you guys enjoyed this Get Ready With Me. So sorry it was so long.
I know.
We just answered your questions so in depth. We like doing these, so sorry again.
If you're not bothered, we can do another one.
Yeah.